What did I think of it?
Yeah.
I think this is a product of Drake realizing or making it public that he doesn't fuck with dude because he know dude doesn't really fuck with him. It's a lot of personal shit there. Dude kind of shitted on Drake on the come up. I know at one point he wanted a verse. Dude kind of never sent the verse back and kind of shunned him off a little bit because he was still young in the game. And I think Drake is very, he's one of the guys where it's like, I'm going to remember everybody that didn't lend a hand
for sure,
or didn't extend a hand, or when I extended my hand, they didn't extend back on my come up, because now I'm the big dog and everybody wants me to extend my. And another thing I see people saying is he was making music for like young people or I don't know what that means.
You're saying with Joe's comments, he's rapping for the children?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
He said, I want to hear adult Drake rapping for adult people. He's rapping for kids, the streams, the accolades. He's ain't trying to rap for me. And then he also did say, I accept that. But, you know.
I mean, again, I had a very similar take to this when CLB came out, but I can understand the take that he's rapping for the children. This content could feel young, which I applaud when the vets go and work with like a Tizo touchdown or the Yeet Kid. Like,
that's another thing. If he didn't do that, y'all would say it's fucked up that he don't help none of the young artists. And he's been doing this.
I wouldn't hold that against Drake. Yeah,
I'm just saying a lot of people would though. If he was one of the older artists, he's considered one of the older artists, even though he's 36. If he didn't reach back and give verses to the 25-year-olds and the 28-year-olds, people like, yo, he don't fuck with none of the young dudes. So it's like you damned if you do, damned if you don't. And them dudes ain't that young. Tizo, I think Sexy Red was the youngest artist on the album. She's 25. Tizo is 29, I think.
When we say young, like,
Tizo's
we know
30.
Tizo's been around for a little bit, but Tizo has arrived. Like, we're talking younger in career. And younger and younger in the style.
But that's not a stat for the biggest artist in the world to do that.
He is
to reach back and fuck with dudes that's on the come up and give them light.
I think that's cool, but I also think someone could critique and say balance it out a little bit more, where the whole album shouldn't have the younger kid sound, the younger kid content, and the younger kid features. That is an acceptable take if there is no balance when we've gotten so much balance
for features though. It's 4 features on this album.
Yeah, but I think
that's what I'm saying. Niggas is just throwing shit at the wall hoping something stick, bro. With the excuses of why they don't like this album.
Precisely.
Yo, it's too many young niggas. It's 4 artists on the album. Bad Bunny, Sexy Red, Scissors on there twice, Tizo, and fucking Yachty.
J. Cole, Yeet.
Those ain't young artists.
But do you think a lot of the sound is young as well, though?
Like, what sounds young?
I don't think that's...
To me, All My Life for Lil Durk and J. Cole is a young sounding record.
All My Life.
That's a young sounding record to me. None of these records on this album sound like that. So what is this young sound that niggas are talking about?
You don't think the Yeet record...
The Yeet record is definitely like a younger...
I think Daylight, which I like,
that's my shit.
Is Daylight's fire. Is on the other side.
Keep going.
Calling for You, him and 21 do the younger sound very well. Same way they did on Her Loss.
You think that was Her Loss record, by the way?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, it's definitely... it's a throwaway.
What Would Pluto Do is cool, but it's on the younger side. I like that song, but it's on the younger side.
I think the content was more young than the music. The content gave young to me. I still think of myself as young, so I like the content, but I think the content gave young more than the music.
I mean, bend that ass over. Hands on your knees.
I like that song.
No, yeah, that shit slap.
That's probably the youngest sounding song in there because we know what that's for. That's for the clubs. That's for the girls in the dorm room shaking that. Oh, they gonna go crazy on TikTok and that one. But that ain't for us, fellas, but that's for us.
I was going up in the sauna.
Yeah, that ain't for us, but that's for us. It ain't for us. We can't get jiggy to that shit.
Yes, y'all can.
Who?
You're not gonna do that in Toronto?
Shake my ass?
Yeah, you know
niggas kick my ass in Toronto if I go out there twerking. You crazy? Shake my ass?
Not for Drake. She does say for me,
Sexy
for
Red.
her.
Yeah,
you
for her.
You have the option. You can choose.
I'm not shaking my ass.
It's like choose your own career. Remember when Netflix
No.
Film
You,
out?
how about this?
You can choose what happens.
Got you. How about this? How about you shake your ass and I watch?
So Rory and Mal decided to address and really go in on Joe Budden for coming at Drake. Mal said that the shots that Joe Budden decided to make was personal shots when he said that Drake needs to stop fucking 25-year-olds. And while I'm not doubting that Drake is getting him some younger pussy, for him at least, I guess, I don't think it's any problem with that at all. I mean, he is a celebrity and I'm sure all types of pussy is getting thrown at him, and if he's fucking girls with consent of age, then yeah, it doesn't really matter. Now, if it is affecting the music, I agree with Joe, but honestly, I don't think it's affecting the music. I think Lil Yachty is affecting Drake music more than him fucking the younger women. That's just my 2 cents. That's just how I feel about it. But Mal and them feel that Joe saying that was a personal shot, and while I don't feel that way, I can understand why they say that. They might know more than what we do, especially when it comes to Joe Budden, because they were best friends with him at a point, and Rory decided to really be on the side of Joe's here and say, look, I understand where Joe's coming from with his critiques of For All the Dogs, and honestly, everybody else kind of understands what Joe is coming from when he critiques this album, because we all kind of feel the same way. We're just, I guess, scared to say it because we don't want to lose those industry ties to Drake. Why me? I don't have any industry ties to Drake, so I'm gonna let you know straight up, the album was mid as fuck. But at the same time, I can understand why some other industry people might not want to say that, might want to look like they are enjoying and liking the album just because they don't want to ruffle any feathers with Drake. And Joe Budden doesn't give a fuck. I mean, when you're the guy that literally made 6 diss songs about this nigga, I mean 6. I listened to all 6 of them as well because that was a funny time, but he made 6. When Joe Budden is that guy to make 6 diss songs about Drake, I mean, yeah, I'm sure anything he says is gonna come off as personal. I don't think that's the reason Drake responded, because the shots were personal. No, I think Drake just responded because he was seeing what everybody else was saying and the fact that they all thought that this album was mid as fuck, and Joe was just a bigger mouthpiece for Drake to address and say what he wants to say about the people that are saying this album it is mid. And he just went in on Joe because, you know, it's like when Will Smith walked up to slap Chris Rock. That's basically what the whole Drake comment about Joe Budden was. You know, Will Smith was seeing all over the world how people were just talking horrible about him and the relationship he was having with Jada Pinkett Smith. And so when Chris Rock went on the Oscar stage and made jokes about it, Will Smith was like, this is my chance to let the world know y'all are gonna keep my wife's name out y'all fucking mouths. And yeah, he smacked the shit out of him. So I think this is just Drake's Will Smith moment in a on IG comment way of smacking Joe, saying, hey, you're gonna keep my album out your mouth. I love this shit. I love what I did with this. And if you have something to say about it, you can suck my dick. I'm in my private plane right now, and you're just having a modest house in Jersey and can fly first class on occasions. So yeah, that was Drake's slap to Joe. And it makes sense if you ask me. Anyways, those are my thoughts. Those are my opinions on what Rory and Mal had to say about the Joe Budden versus Drake beef. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I am Savvy Mike, and this is I Am Savvy Mike TV. Peace.
I got a lot of Whack 100 fans out there, and I'm very excited that you guys are fans. I want you guys to continue to be my fans, right? But I need more haters. Like, only got, like, I checked, I'm down to, like, what was the comments? 500,000 hate comments a day. That's not enough. My haters, I need you guys to do better. Talk about me more. Say more things. All right? You motherfuckers ain't on your hate campaign. All right? Hire more bots. I need more haters. Okay? That's what fuels me, is the hate.